Hello and welcome to Lakota West High School for the junior varsity match of Volley for the Cure Night, the 2018 version of Volley for the Cure Night. We welcome the Princeton Vikings into Lakota West to be this year's opponent in Volley for the Cure. Right now you're seeing the introductions of the Princeton JV team. Right now they're doing a little introduction and they get to throw a gift into the crowd. Number 15 is, for the Vikings is Gracie Gary. Number 7 is a libero, Ace Huckleby. Julie Ramsey is a center and outside hitter. She'll wear number 16. Asia Scott is a DS and wears number 10. Taryn Jones wears number 13 and she's a middle. Gabby Wade is a setter. She wears number 4. Ariana Limker is a DS, a defensive specialist, and wears number 3. And number 14, Cindy Mara, is also a DS. Jasmine Dunnigan is an outside hitter, wears number 5. And Francisca Darnell is a setter and outside hitter and wears number 11. Your Lakota West Firebirds are being introduced right now. Number 1 is Morgan Sorrell. She's a setter. Julia Brenner wears number 2, and she's a defensive specialist libero. Keegan Dale wears number 3, and she's an outside hitter. Number 4 is Sarah McCauley. She's a setter and a right side hitter. Number 5 is Ellie Minnick, and she hits from the outside. Number 8, Stephanie Martin. She's an outside hitter and a middle hitter. Number 13 is Morgan Smith. She's a middle hitter. Meredith Harple will wear number 14, and she's a middle and a right side. Number 15 is Catherine Vondahar, and she's a setter and a right side. Number 16 is Abigail McDonald, and she's a DS libero. And number 17 is your 6'1", Caitlin Creech. She's a middle and a right side as well. Yeah, girls are excited to play, Todd, as we start up the JV game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you seen much of these guys?
This is my first opportunity to see the JV team. We got a couple of freshman sensations here. Be curious to see how the girls do.
Yeah, they typically play at the same time as the freshmen, and we watch a lot more freshmen certainly. But this is a JV team and they all practice pretty much at the same time, and they work out together all summer. So these girls all work together. But this JV team is under the tutelage of Coach Hill, who's been the JV coach at Lakota West and the boys varsity coach for many, many years. So she'll get these guys going and get them together. And they'll take on the Princeton Vikings from the GMC. This is a Greater Miami Conference matchup. You'll see out on the court lots of pictures being taken, photographers all over. And if you missed a freshman game and you're watching a JV game, you're going to see some different things about volleyball here because it is Volley for the Cure Night. This is the second of several different things going on. We have some young men who will be judging the lines. Got some new young men. The first young men did okay the first game.
They did pretty good. We had some fun at their expense. We're looking forward to putting the same scrutiny on these two. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, you got to do a good job. Let's see, it's all about that flag snap.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you didn't tune in earlier, it's an awesome event. A lot of time and effort goes into putting this together. Big success. A lot of money raised.
Absolutely. Last year, this group raised over $21,000 alone, but over the last 10 years, Lakota West Volleyball has raised over $120,000 for the Susan Komen Foundation, which we know goes to breast cancer and does great things. These games are played at 25. Sarah McCauley, the freshman, will open up serving for Lakota West. She's the setter. That's a good way to start for Sarah.
Started similarly with the freshman team, getting off to a good start.
Sarah's excited. We got a big crowd. This is about as big a crowd as they've played in front of this year.
Yeah, it's a nice crowd.
And it's only going to get bigger as the night goes on. This is as big a crowd as they've played in, so I'm sure there's some excitement about it.
Certainly stop down if you're in the area. A lot going on tonight, a lot of recognition for cancer survivors, silent auction, a lot of fun, a lot of money to be raised, so stop down.
Yeah, what a good place to go have some dinner. All right, we got plenty of food. Lakota West is going to go outside as number 3 for West. Keegan Day takes a big swing. Princeton gets it up. They'll go back outside. This time they'll go outside to number 5, Ellie Minnick, tries to find the line. Princeton survives. Pass up by Martin. They'll take a big swing by Creech, who will then try to finish off again. But Princeton's played pretty scrappy to start.
Yeah, they look like a pretty scrappy little team. We're helping them out a little bit.
It's good to see Caitlin Crawford up in the box here.
Absolutely.
Visiting us
Right
live
in the
on
middle
TV.
of the broadcast, asking for a couple of dollars. Thank
Right.
you.
Well, you know, that's what we're used to, I guess, there. As Princeton's jumped out to a 4-1 lead, and this is a different Princeton team than the freshman one, certainly, and you can see a little different level of confidence and a little more scrappiness.
Yeah, the JV team certainly seems to be a little more polished.
Princeton takes a 5-1 lead. You might see on some of this cheerleaders on some of your views, and the cheerleaders aren't at any other volleyball game except for this one. This is because it's all part of a special night. We appreciate them being out here. As Princeton's done a lot of things right here early on. West just got to settle in. As Bruner's going to go for the set from the libero position, but Princeton seems to have been right where they need to be each time.
Yeah, absolutely.
West is getting some swings. There's a swing.
Big swing by 17.
Good swing by Caitlin Creech. She's her 6'1" middle. When it's in her wheelhouse, she doesn't miss too much, and that's what they needed to get going. So back to serve. Back to serve for the Firebirds, number 5, Ellie Minnick. As Princeton continues to show that they're scrappy, and they get a swing from the back row. There'll be a big set over as Martin will take a swing from the outside and back up with that for the Vikings, and they're going to get a swing on things. A nice idea by McCauley to get it to that back corner, but Vikings recover, make a play. They'll go back to Creech up the middle, and they get to finish.
Ellie Minnick gets a serve back. Ellie's in 10th grade. She's 5'11". We'll give you a couple of fast facts. She has 2 brothers. Her favorite subject's English, and her favorite TV show is One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill, is that your kind of show, Todd?
I can't say I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's I've seen it. I want to say I've seen it because I have not seen it, but I've certainly seen the highlights, and we're going to trust Ellie that that's a good show.
Absolutely. She says here, any additional free time is spent on Snapchat.
Well, she wouldn't be the only one there, that's for sure, on that.
It seems to be a universal hobby. Mandatory almost.
Absolutely. So Princeton back to serve. They're up 7-3 here in the first game of the JV match. They're getting settled in right now on a lineup rotation to make sure they're in the right spot. The coach has the opportunity to ask for some help on the lineup, make sure they're good. So number 13, Taryn Jones, is back for the Vikings to serve, and Julia Brenner will get a good pass. And they'll go out to Martin wide, and Martin does what Martin does, and that's
tough. That's a big swing
pound
right
it
there.
She gets that in her wheelhouse, and she doesn't miss. That'll be a side out for the Firebirds, and back to serve is Caitlin Creech. They got a chance to go right back to Martin, and she tries to hit that back line and just
call
misses.
By the line judge in the back. A couple of his friends heckling from the crowd.
Got overrun there, and it looks like they did hit the line, and
He's overruled.
And the up top judge has that opportunity to overrule him there. As number 13 for West, Morgan Smith, the middle hitter. She had an effect on that young lady from Princeton trying to go up on that. And West has a chance to come back and tie it up here as Creech continues to serve. And they do.
Caitlin Creech is a 6'1", 10th grader. She enjoys student government. She has 3 dogs. Favorite subject's history.
Sounds like a smart kid. You like it, history. As West has rattled off 4 straight points here to take an 8-7 lead. Sometimes this is what you got to do. You got to be able to just catch your breath and settle in. But big swing for Princeton. Big swing looked like by number 16, Julia Ramsey. Back to serve for Princeton's number 3, Ariana Lemker. Good pass by Bruno. Will go up, and they'll go to Day out wide. Day just hits it a little bit long, and Princeton's going to put 2 points together and take a 9-8 lead.
The names and the numbers seem to be corresponding with the team. That makes it so much easier.
We go to Martin out wide, who's going with the tip, tries to find a hole, and
Nice
she does.
tip.
That'll bring a couple new players into the game. That'll bring in number 1, Morgan Sorrell. But she'll be back to serve. The game tied at 9 here in the first game of the JV match tonight on Volley for the Cure evening. Lots of pink in the gym, lots of pink ribbons as Sorrell serves it long. We're trying to get Sorrell's info up there.
We tried to get it. We're going to continue the theme
she's
of
not
not
serving,
having anything handy when I need it. So,
she's not serving, but what do you know about her?
Well, she played for the Cincy Classic. She was the team captain. She loves dogs, and her favorite subject's science. Her favorite movie was The Notebook.
There you go. It's a big swing by Martin. It looks like Stephanie Martin's loosening up a little bit.
Yep. Fought
Letting
through some
it rip.
injuries this year. Seems to be getting her groove on.
Yep, and she'll be back to serve. As Minnick's in. There's Martin right there. Yeah, and West will take a 1-point lead.
Stephanie's a 5'11", 9th grader. Another fast fact about Stephanie is she played shortstop for me for the 3rd grade. Long's Wholesale Furniture, Cubbies.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Could she scoop it?
I believe we went 0-15 if I recall.
Well, you know, some people call that 0-15. I call it character building.
Yeah, absolutely. First year kid pitch, forget about it.
So Firebirds up 12-10 now, looking to extend the lead as Stephanie Martin stays back there to serve. And the Vikings are having a tough time figuring out what to do with that serve right now.
Stephanie's also a heck of a basketball player. Her favorite athlete's LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, and she loves cookies. Not any particular type of cookie, just cookies.
Can't go wrong with a cookie.
No, it's a
In
solid.
fact, we're in the middle of eating a cookie right here.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
good cookie. That was a cookie we found out on the main plaza there. A pink ribbon cookie. And whoever made it did a good job. It tastes pretty good. There are some cheerleaders with the pink pom-poms. You usually don't see those in a volleyball match.
Special edition pink pom-poms.
Yeah. Hey, you look at you got a good view there of the net, and this is a net that they use once a year for Volley for the Cure. They use it, and then they'll wrap it up and put it in a nice spot, and then turn around and use it again next year. Every once in a while, these girls wear these uniforms once a year, and every once in a while, an away match will line up with somebody else's Volley for the Cure, and they'll get to wear them again. But for the most part, it's a one time a year on these jerseys.
Yeah, it's a nice look.
Martin continues to serve. Just a little bit long. Tried the corner and missed. But she got a little extended the lead for the Firebirds a little bit. It's 14-11 Firebirds. As number 13 for the Vikings, Taryn Jones comes in the game.
Shanked it.
Tough on the serve for the Vikes, and the libero come back in and turn it back over to the Firebirds with a 15-11 lead. This is Julia Bruner back to serve. Julia is the libero for Lakota West. JV, that's not a bad tip. They come back, and there's a big hit there from Ellie Minnick. It's a big hit.
Julia Brenner's a 5'10", 5'10" grader. Favorite TV shows, The Office.
Another old soul, huh?
The running theme is that they're all old school shows because there aren't any good ones on right now.
Maybe that's what they're stuck with, is that just the old ones.
No choice.
Sarah McCauley called at the net for catch or a throw and trying to work it over the net. She typically is sets from the back, but if she's in the front row, she's going to be swinging from the outside. 16-12, and they're going to go to Creech. And she just powers it a hair long, and it's 16-13 Firebirds. And Minnick with a big swing, but Princeton gets it up. And Minnick will take a big swing again and blocked.
Block. Oh, and the ref being booed.
Call in the net.
Controversial call.
We got ourselves a ball game here.
Absolutely.
We didn't have one in the freshman game, but we got ourselves a ball game here now. 16-14. Princeton down, and they continue to serve and put the pressure on.
The crowd is cantankerous.
I can't spell it, but I know what you mean.
Absolutely.
As Vonderhaar is going to set for him, and they were going to try to feed Creech, and it didn't quite work. Princeton makes an unforced error and turned the ball back over to the Firebirds as Keegan Day returns to the lineup, goes and plays in the front. You've got a front line of Minnick, Creech, and Day across the front. As McCauley, and they've done one full rotation, is back. And McCauley throws a cement mixer at him, and Princeton can't handle it. And
They call that an unforced error, I believe.
yeah, sometimes you get a good view from one side, and the way Sarah will serve is that's got a little movement, like a fastball, a little late life, and you think you're right on it.
Oh.
It's a nice play by Minnick. She went up with that left hand and went line. Got up in the air, made a decision and went line. That was a good play by Minnick. As the Firebirds look to extend this out here and finish the job. 19-14 is going to be 20-14 now.
Sarah McCauley's a 5'10" ninth grader, one of the fabulous freshmen. The last book she read is Wonder. Her favorite athlete's also LeBron James.
There you go. All right. We're in system. As West is in system, they go to Minnick with a big swing. Princeton does a good job to get it up and pass it. They'll go to the back door to Day. Princeton finds another way to get it up. Princeton's been scrappy all game, no question. West will keep taking swings. And the libero's done a real nice job of being in the right space. See if they go back outside to Minnick again. They do, and she swings.
Boom.
And there's another
nice
block. They'll go back to her again. And that time,
hung with it.
Princeton did a great job of staying alive, but it's too much firepower for the Vikings.
Princeton seems to be pretty strong at the net.
It's good to see West take some free swings and let it go. West up 21-14. As Bruner's going to be called upon to set over there to Medic. She hits it out long. Princeton still hanging around. Back for the Vikings to serve, number 4, Gabby Wade. Going to go to Creech, the 6'1" Creech, who puts it down, but Princeton's there, and then
Out.
Unforced error.
Yes. Helping us out a little bit.
Back to serve for the Firebirds, number 7. And Princeton with the kill. A little too much for Bruner to handle. Turn it back over to Princeton, and Princeton hangs around her. Down 22-16, we played at 25. As they go to Martin out wide, they've done a great job on that block on that on that right side. It's kept them in the game. They've probably got their hands on 4 or 5 big swings.
Stephanie might need to change the approach a little bit.
Yep. West up 22-17. First game of the JV match. Princeton with the serve. They'll go out wide to Martin again, who take a big swing off the top of the net. Princeton survives. They're going to toss it back over. Bruner's there for the pass, and McCauley will go to the middle and Creech. And Creech, the big swing.
Yeah, they got that one down.
Just a little too much for the Vikings, and West takes a 23-17 lead. The setters have really moved the ball around, spread the ball around, gone to Creech in the middle, and Martin and Minnick outside. A little bit of Day on the backside. 23-18, they hold a 5-point lead here in the first game of the Volley JV match. Princeton hanging around. Back to serve, number 3. Ariana Limker. With Bruner with the pass, to McCauley with the set, and Martin just a little bit off time.
Helping them out a little bit here at the end of the match.
Yeah, Princeton's hung around, and all of a sudden they're in the ball game.
Yep.
Now you got to make a play and keep going. So Bruner will get the pass and see where they go. They'll go to Day on the backside. Day puts it away. A little too much for Princeton to handle there, and spun off the base set and out of play, and this will be game point. Firebirds will call on Morgan Sorrell for game point. She gets it in with a nice little jump serve. They'll try to go out wide. Sorrell will get it up. They go out wide to McCauley on the right side. Princeton Libero's done a nice job.
Very nice job.
And we'll end the first game on a lift.
Oh, a lift.
Princeton called for a lift, it looked like. That's going to wrap up the first game. Firebirds take the first game 25-19. They'll go to set number 2. Looking for the sweep.
Quick 2.5-minute break.
Yeah, and then we see some exciting stuff coming out here for a in-between game match. Last time they were picking Kleenex. Now,
I believe they're going to race. Is this a foot race?
Is this a little sack race they got going on here?
Sack race.
Yeah, sack race. You can't beat a good potato sack race.
No, you really can't. I haven't seen one since the 80s, so this will be fun.
Is this what they're doing? I can't tell if that's what they're doing or if they're going to scoot. What are they doing? All right.
I couldn't get 10 feet with this.
This is a modern-day version of the sack race.
Yes, this is the lower risk version.
All right.
Insurance.
We've got the lady on the outside.
I'm going to say this isn't going quite as they had planned.
It's a tight game. How do you train for something like this, Todd?
I'm not sure how you train for it. I'm just hoping that it only goes to half court. We could be here for a while.
Yeah. It's kind of like a turtle on his back. You're rooting for him to get off his back, but they can't go very far.
The girl in the white is trash talking the girl in the gray.
Yeah.
She's working hard. She's pulling.
How far they got to go? Oh, just.
I think they called it. No, they're going to stick with it all the way. The girl in the flip-flops continues to struggle. She's cheating. She just pulled it up.
Well, that's just how far can you go?
And yes, here we go.
All right.
Full ride college scholarship. I think that was what they were giving away there. Nice job.
Yeah. I don't know her name, but looks like she's been practicing and training for a while.
Absolutely. She's put everything she had into it. You got to admire her spirit. She walks off victorious, telling the other girl how bad she was. That's the spirit.
Well, that's a story she'll tell her children years from now. About the day when she won the
towel race.
The towel race that doesn't even have a name. We're heading into set number 2 here at Lakota West. The stands continue to fill up. This is a big event with the center of it being money raised and given to the Komen Foundation. And there are many, many different Volley for the Cures around the city, but none as big as this. And when Coach Cornell does something, she goes big, and this has certainly become the standard, the benchmark across the board. So,
yeah, it's a fantastic event.
Really, volleyball's certainly a part of it, but it's really it's the whole show around it more than anything.
One thing in broadcasting this game that comes to mind immediately is regardless of what you're in the middle of, your kids will always come and ask you for money.
Well, it's good as some things never change.
Right, absolutely. In mid-sentence, Dad, can I have $2 for the snack shack? I don't think it ever happens to Marty Brenneman.
No. Well, you never know. If Tom's in the booth right next door,
that's true.
Tom might look over and go, hey, Dad.
Right.
Snow cone. Frosty malt.
Possibly somebody could bring us some cheese conies.
Well, I'm looking at Dale Schwederman right now, and he's waving at me, but he ain't bringing any cheese conies over right now.
No, he's just going to stand over there. He's looking at us. He knows we're talking about
And there's a good chance he's had 3 or 4 already.
Oh, absolutely. Look at the front of his shirt.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. I smell the onions from here. And Lakota West jumps out to a 1-0 lead after a faulty serve. That's going to open up Sarah McCauley for the serve. Sarah throws a knuckleball at him over there. And Princeton is, for as much as Princeton struggled in the freshman game on the serve receive, they really have done a nice job in the JV game.
Really have. Except for a few unforced errors.
Yep.
They could have probably beat him the first game.
So we're even at 1. We've got a new libero this game. Abby McDonald will be the libero this game.
Or as my youngest son used to call them, the sombrero.
The sombrero, there you go. I like that name better.
Yeah, I think so.
Firebirds, Bruner will come in as a DS this time and come in for Ellie Minnick. Long shot there by Princeton, and West doubles up and goes 3-1. Back-to-back points. Bruner continues to serve. Across the front, you got Martin, Day, and Creech. Across the back, you got Bruner, McDonald, and McCauley, but they'll pass it up to McCauley, who does the setting at this point of it. And Martin takes a big swing with the libero for Princeton, does a great job.
Nice try by who used to be number 7, is now switched to 16.
Threw a curveball to us early on there.
Absolutely. So we don't have to just call her that girl.
That girl, that's right. See if Lakota West can get in the system, and they do, and they get a swing for Day. Princeton's been in the right spot a lot of the night, but you can't fight 6'1". 6'1", Caitlin Creech, you can't coach that, and she puts it down there. Creech will go back to serve, and I'll bring in the other middle, Meredith Harple, number 14. She'll be in the game. Tough one to handle for Princeton there, and Creech will get another serve at it as West goes up 5-2.
I have a question for you.
Yes,
they
sir.
always played the third game to 25, or is that a recent development?
In high school, they always do that. In that club level, they always take that 15 so they can keep the game moving. And
I enjoy the game to the 15.
It makes it go quick. It made a little intensity.
A little more merciful on the parents.
That's right. Martin finds the line. Martin's really, after the first couple swings, she's really found the line, found a groove.
Very athletic outside hitter.
See if Princeton can survive, and can't quite get it over net off of the start of a tough pass. And Princeton's going to call timeout and see if they can't pull it together here. This is very similar to how Lakota West started last game, and they pulled it together and came back and got the win, and Princeton's probably hoping to do the same thing.
And the Princeton coach giving some words of wisdom.
And I think as a coach, if you just say, hey, if we score more than them, I promise you we're going to win most of the time. And
absolutely, yes, it's tremendous advice. It works for whatever the sport is.
Yeah.
Just score more.
We're in the middle of set 2 here at Lakota West High School, 2018 Volley for the Cure. People continue to stream in. I'm sure there are as many people on Main Street looking at the auction stuff and the gifts and the face painting and those kind of things as there are people in the stands. Lots of people moving around. We got some kind of a pizza dude guy dressed up walking around up top.
They're pouring in by the dozens.
It's just flooding in there. There's still volleyball going on as McCauley's going to go out wide today, who tries to find the corner. May have just worked,
into the
and
stands.
It did.
Tremendous effort.
Princeton's played hard.
They have.
They've played hard. Some balls haven't fallen their way this game, but
what's their record? I don't know.
I don't know. We don't have it here with us.
They probably won a couple, lost a couple.
Yeah, probably right in the middle there.
Here comes, speaking of which, here comes your daughter to ask for money.
Let's see. And we'll put it to the test. We'll see the litmus test here as Caitlin Creech still serves. So we've got a player from the West freshman team here. They come on up, and Emily Ruff, your first experience as a volleyball player in this. Certainly, what are your thoughts and your feelings about this event?
It's really cool being a part of it this year. I never thought how long it takes to put up all of it, and it's just a really cool experience.
So you guys start working on this way back in July. Does it take that long to do it?
It really does. We started taking calls to businesses, and a bunch of them kindly donated money and baskets to us, and it just took a bunch of months up to this point, but it turned out good.
All right, of course, then also you played a volleyball game today, and that volleyball game was a big win against Princeton. How's the team shaping up?
It's good. After every practice, we're just getting better and better, and we all work together, and we all play well together, so it's good.
We certainly appreciate your time. They didn't quite want to talk as much as they like to talk at home.
No, they bailed. She bailed on us immediately, but it was a pretty good, solid interview. Wonderful young lady. Paige Schwederman, do you have anything you'd like to add? Paige Schwederman's here. Do you have anything you'd like to add? Can I get some reaction to how you played today?
I played okay. Not my best game, not my worst, but it was okay.
How does your knee feel?
Better than before. Yeah.
Good. It's always better when an injury's better. That's the best you could hope for. Paige Worley, do you have any reaction? Paige Worley, can we get some reaction to your play today?
I think the whole team played really strong. There was a lot of complications because of how short the passes were, but I felt like we held our own and kept the energy up.
Thank you very much. That was an excellent analysis. Thank you so much.
A couple of responses from the freshman team ladies. They certainly get along with one another, don't they?
Yeah, it seemed a lot of team camaraderie.
That's when you spend as much time together as these ladies do, that's important. If you didn't enjoy spending time with each other, that'd be tough. While we were getting those interviews, West has extended the lead out, 13-4. Morgan Sorrell's back to serve. Front row of McCulley, Harple, and Martin.
It's always good to get interviews with the athletes, to get it really from the inside. That's what we do here. We dig a little deeper. We try and bring you a little more information.
Yeah, we don't want the surface area. We want the surface
No.
level. We want to get deep with the
We're going
with
inside
the
mind, inside the minds of the athletes.
Well, and we drop them off and we pick them up and those things, but they're spending a lot of hours up here, not just working on their game, but getting ready for this event.
And the rest of the time they're on social media, so it feels like you hardly see them.
That's right. West up now 16-4, and they've certainly begun to turn it on. Sorrell has caught fire. Looks like she's throwing a cut fastball across the net as her ball's moving from right to left when she gets a hold of it there. Princeton used one timeout. They still have one timeout remaining, but they're hoping that the team can pull it together. But this serve receive has been tough, but they fight back and they keep fighting.
West continues to extend their lead.
And Princeton will use the second timeout.
Just got paid a visit by the Buffalo Wild Wings mascot.
You know, I didn't mind giving him a high five, but if he brought me a couple wings, that would have been a little nicer.
That would have been nicer, since nobody's going to bring us any food.
You and I
That's
could
obvious.
use a couple chicken wings right now.
Morgan Sorrell continues to dominate from the serve line. Her favorite food is ice cream. Her words to live by are treat others as you would like to be treated. It's never bad advice.
We got another Notebook movie there.
The Notebook's a very popular movie. And she also loves dogs.
All right, so timeout. Vikings Firebirds out of the timeout. Sorrell looking to close this game out as we're waiting on a lineup change right now, or lineup check for the Vikings.
Nothing worse than coming out of a timeout and being out of order.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You got to check that thing out there. They're going to check it out now.
They're going to confer at the table.
The down ref, just to the right there, your picture there, you see Coach Marsh eyeballing it, making sure everyone's doing the right thing down there.
Having a snack.
The down ref is checking things out.
Reviewing the paperwork. Checking birth certificates, I believe.
Yeah, could be.
Nope, he's giving the signal. We're getting the game's continuing.
Good to go. Yep, and so we're back in action. Sorrell wastes no time. She said, let me just throw this
Shanked it.
hammer at you. Sorrell is now setting as well. She sets Harple. It just hits it just long.
These line judges do not seem to have the same enthusiasm the last two had.
Very much. That first group was snapping the flag and getting after it.
Came into it with passion.
That's right. That serve is long by the Vikings. The Firebirds are up 19-5. Back to serve for the Firebirds, freshman Stephanie Martin. Pretty clear that the Vikings have lost some of that scrap they had the first game and a half.
Oh, nice swing.
Minnick had a big swing there.
Big swing by
Ellie Minnick. Martin looking to close it out here, get the next 5 points and get the W. And have a free ball. Is out.
The more volleyball I watch, I always continue to be amazed how you You can stand on the back line, the ball's going to hit you in the face, and you still
Reaction, I
ready to
guess. Into the game, reaction. That, or you're thinking if I don't hit it, it's going to hit me in the face. Martin continues to serve. It's 22-5. Martin's ball moving down, and now we're
Princeton certainly, the winds certainly come out of their sails this second game.
absolutely. See which way they're going to go. Backdoor to McCauley, who will get the kill.
I think they understand the amount of activities we have scheduled tonight, and they're just being good sports.
I think they try to get us back up on speed, and
letting us move through the program.
You say activity. There's certainly a lot of them here. This is game point in the junior varsity game, and see if we can get a big finish here. They'll go wide to Minnick.
Finish it right there.
And that'll do it.
That's ball game. Impressive showing by the Lakota West JV team.
Yeah, absolutely. They jumped right in and did a great job and got the win. And Lakota West is 2 for 2 so far. So between now and the end of this here, lots going on. They got a faculty game cranked up here in the next minute. And they got some recognition of the junior high volleyball programs. And then we'll have a big pregame in the varsity match, hopefully starting by 7:30. Thanks for watching the junior varsity Lakota West match.